Okay, so here is a multiplayer mission, the actual PvP portion, not the co-op. And here I'm playing as a heretic Astartes, so uh, most of my playtime has actually been as as a heretic Astartes. I haven't played too much of just a regular Space Marine as the Adeptus Astartes. So here I'm using the Assault class, which is one of my favorite classes, and I'll get into it later. But each class for the heretic forces actually depends on, or the chapter depends on the class. So Night Lords, if you want to be a Night Lord, well, you have to be in an Assault class. The Assault class is for the Night Lord. So you can see that right there. That's Khorne. He's I believe, a Vanguard. So yeah, they're all unique to each chapter, which is actually pretty neat. But I kind of wish there was some coherency with, it's all Night Lords versus Ultramarines or whatever. But it's the same thing in the PvP, or it's the same thing with the Adeptus Astartes. Is since you get to customize your Space Marine in full, like here's a that looks like a Blood Angel, and then that looks like a I don't even know what that one looks like. He just probably looks like his own thing. But yeah, you get the idea. So here, I'm trying to use the Assaults class or the Assaults, uh, uh, its strength. That's what I was trying to say. Its primary strength obviously is the jetpack. You can see in the middle of the screen, there the icon. When that icon is yellow, it means I have a charge that I can use for either dashing, which allows me 2 dashes, or to actually use the jump pack and get some verticality. This map actually offers some good verticality and allows you for some easy kills, because as you can see, I'm easily able to jump over a wall and get the drop on the enemies. And you'll see here, I think it might have been in this game, I had a neat triple kill. And here you can kind of see it's a bit wonky at times with the marker telling me where I can drop in. And always, if you want to be in an assault, always every time you use your jump pack, just aim your pistol, and it'll automatically put you into a hover mode, so you don't actually have to push down on the left stick to go into hover mode. Just aim, and it'll put you in hover mode and you can stay in hover mode for the duration it lets you, or you can cancel it out early. But it allows you to get in a quick couple shots, throw a grenade, and then go down in for the actual kill. So here you can kind of see I'm using it to its strength. This guy did not see me jump over the wall, and easily got a very easy kill. This is why I love this class. They're really good at flanking enemies. But if you miss your dive attack, it leaves you open. But if you do use your charges right, you'll actually be able to, if you do miss and whiff your dive attack, just go ahead and use a dash attack to quickly get out of the way and, just try and roll. So here, able to get the jump on this guy, get an assisted kill with a teammate. But the jump pack, you really go up pretty quickly, so it really forces you up there. So a lot of times you can get the jump on these guys and they won't even know you went up into the air. There is a small visual audio cue, but you really have to listen to it to let you know that an enemy assault has used their jump pack and they're up in the air. So it's kind of a hit or miss, but the more time you put into the assault, the easier it gets, and it'll determine if whether or not this is your play style. You don't get a primary weapon. What you see me using is what you get. So right now it's just a bolt pistol and a chainsword. The chainsword, I think, is way better than the Thunderhammer. The Thunderhammer is just way too slow, and I don't get the stun like I do here. You can see here I'm always stunning when I get the drop on in someone. I think that was my kill. Came in with one attack and then followed up with a stun. And the stuns really work well against the bulwarks, the guys with the shields. It keeps them, not obviously keeps them stunned, but it also keeps them from being able to block with their shield, and the shield is pretty powerful in the game. It blocks all gunfire, especially up against heavies. It'll block all melee attacks. So the best way to get through a bulwark's defense is obviously try and get behind them for a quick shot, and then quickly follow up your attack, your melee attack, with a stun, and that'll throw them off guard and makes it easy for the kill. Plus, what makes Assault really good against bulwarks in particular, as well as the heavies, if you can get the drop on the heavy, is melee weapons always go through armor. It ignores armor and goes straight to health, whereas ranged weapons like the bolt pistol is going to prioritize armor and then the health. So it really all depends on which class you're fighting. If you're fighting a sniper or a vanguard, you can. It's up to you. Do you just want to go in with a melee kill, or do you want to pop them off with a bolt pistol? I think it's about 8 rounds in total with the bolt pistol to kill a sniper or a vanguard. Otherwise, when it's a bulwark or a heavy, try and go in with your melee. Use the advantage of your jump pack and your dashes too. When you're in midair, after you've done a jump, you can hover and then also do a dash in midair. Go back to aiming and use whatever's left of your hover mode, and then do one more dash if you have the meter for it. And here I get behind us. I think that was an assault. So you can quickly see I went behind him, 2 melee attacks, and he's done. So this is what makes the vanguards really, really good. But just like every other class in the multiplayer, you have 6 players per side, but you're only allowed 2 of each class. So only 2 assault, only 2 tactical, 2 bulwark, 2 vanguard, 2 sniper, however you want to mix it up. It's kind of a rock paper scissors type of thing. So each class will have its own weakness and strength. The assault class actually is really good against vanguard and heavies, so long as you flank them. Since assault is all about their melee, you can easily bypass their armor. So it's really up to team composition. If you really want to get the edge on your enemies, on the opposing team, make sure you're choosing the right classes. Don't just pick a class that you like. If your class isn't working out like you're hoping, definitely want to switch it up. But that's the gist of this multiplayer gameplay here for the assault class. Okay, here I'm going to show you all the different aspects of the multiplayer's customization. So the customization for multiplayer, from what I have seen, is different from the customization for the PvE and co-op. For the what is it called? PvE. Let me go double check really quick, because the multiplayer is called Eternal War, and the PvE, the co-op missions, is Operations. Okay, so Operations. So Operations will have a separate customization screen, so your loadouts won't carry over from PvE to PvP because on the PvE side of things, there's power scaling. So when it comes to the weapons, like your firepower and your accuracy, all this is affected in PvE with the stronger weapons. And here, throughout the multiplayer, you actually just unlock these master crafted weapons. And it's like, I can buy this and just use it in multiplayer as a skin, but if I was to use this in the PvE section, this would actually increase. I think this in particular I think this is just the bolt pistol. Yeah, the regular bolt pistol. I think this one here, Drogo's Reclamation, increases the firepower up to 5+, I believe, if I remember right. It might be for the heavy pistol. Otherwise, everything here is simply just for looks and to kind of show off that you've been playing your specific class for a while. Here is the assault class, and here I have unlocked some stuff. And you get 4 slots for your armor, and then you get 4 slots for your heraldry. So you can pick a Space Marine, Ultramarine, and then Well, that's actually what I have right now is a space ultramarine. If I want to use a Black Templar or Dark Angels, here I can use the Dark Angels for an example. So here it says show in heraldry. I have it. It's currently locked. To unlock it, I need to buy the emblem, the paint scheme, and both emblems actually for both sides of the pauldrons, and the color scheme. And it varies depending on how the unlocks happen. So here I was working on Black Templar since they're my second favorite faction of Space Marines, the chapter. My primary favorite are the Grey Knights, which you can't make in here. Well, you can make them with the color palettes, but the Grey Knights specifically, their specific armor isn't in the game. But here I had to unlock several decals and emblems in order to unlock the actual armor piece, but this is for the helmet. But I had to unlock the 4 pieces of the emblems to actually have access to Black Templars. Now, my other favorite faction is the Salamanders. So here I already have 1 piece unlocked. Here I can unlock the color palette, and let's see what happens when I unlock the color. So I just bought that, and by the way, this right here, this number here, 40, some refer to it as gold coins, but they're actually called requisitions, and you get these after winning or losing a game in PvP, as well as the PvE missions, and the harder difficulty PvE missions will net you more requisition points. So here I have now the color palette and the emblem for the Salamanders, and you can see it's still locked. So to complete it, and you can see here under each chapter are marks, little squares, and black squares obviously means it's locked. Gray means you've unlocked it. So to finish unlocking Salamanders, I need to get the last piece, which is just a pauldron decal. So I'll buy that, and now Salamanders is unlocked. So now I go back to Astartes chapters, and there you have Salamanders. So I'm going to pick a Salamander because it is one of my favorites, and then you go back to armor sets. So armor sets and Astartes chapters are separate tabs. In armor sets, it's the actual armor pieces that you'll unlock through as you either win. Just a quick note, post editing. So now that I have it figured out, the armor slots is actually for once you have more armor pieces unlocked for your class, like for the for this Marine I have here, the tactical, assault class. Those 4 armor sets is actually to allow you to play around with different looks once you have more armor choices unlocked. That way you can have 4 different looks for the Space Marine. The heraldry just lets you choose the colors, but you will have to go back and edit those colors in your heraldry if you choose to decide you want to have a white scar, or if you want to have an ultramarine, or if you want a blood raven, or if you want a blood angel, or whatever. You will have to re-edit your heraldry, otherwise the 4 armor slots is specifically to play around and toy around with the different armor pieces you have unlocked. And then I go here to breastplate. I think breastplate's the closest. Yeah, so this is right now is the closest item that I'll be unlocking here soon after another 4 wins. So you can see you can mix and match the armor, really make the Space Marine your own, or you can keep it canonical to the source material and keep it as a full-fledged Salamander. And then you go back to Astartes chapters, and here, under these 4 slots here, these are for your heraldry. This is where you can actually customize your color palette. So now I've created one in my empty slot, so here it is. And then if I want to use an Ultramarine, just pick that. Ultramarine is selected, but I'm going to go back to Salamanders. Oh. Salamanders. Now here, you can customize individual parts of the armor. So actually, Salamanders actually gets a whole, you can actually customize, color their whole color, their whole armor. That's pretty neat. But leave it as is. You can color the decal, or you can choose to not have a decal and just remove it. You can have your Salamander with an Ultramarine icon, white scars, iron hands, Black Templars, Raven Guard, you name it. And if you want your Salamander to be rocking different a different chapter's emblem, I mean, you're free to do so. It's the whole point of customization. But I'm just gonna keep him with one pauldron black. And for this, keep that there. So yeah, for the pauldron, so here you can change the color of the pauldron if you'd like. I actually do like the whole aesthetic of the salamanders is black and green with some red. And here, these are the four main, but you can always add. So here, maybe I want a black helmet, so I'll just add the helmet. And the patterns here, you also have patterns, but you have to unlock these. This half pattern is actually part of the Omega Marine set. And I'd have to unlock the emblem, a color, another emblem, and then a pattern to actually unlock the pattern. Then if I want that cool shoulder piece, that pauldron piece, I'll have to unlock that as well. But again, you're using these requisition points up here, and that requisition points are shared between the fashion part of Warhammer and the actual power scaling of Warhammer. So it's up to you if you want to be stuck at the lower levels of PvE but look cool, or look basic but have the strong weapons to actually get you through those heavier or those higher difficulty missions. So for the helmet, I think I'm going to give him maybe, let's have him have a white helmet. And then you can also color the emblem as well. And if you don't like that emblem, you can always go back to the armor set and then go to the helmet. And if you have anything unlocked besides that, you can always choose. You can always pick and choose that color. The color of his skin is not right for a salamander, so that's not canonical. I have this helmet unlocked on my tactical marine. My tactical marine actually has the most time put into it, which means I have more armor pieces available for it. So the armor for the helmets in particular are not shared between each class, so you have to actually grind each particular class to get just a helmet piece or the shoulder piece or whatever. So it kind of blows that it's not shared. Looks like I only have, well, I can actually use the Black Templar helmet, but I'll just keep it more in tune with a salamander. So yeah, you get quite a variety to choose from as far as your customization. You just have to put some work into it. It's easier to put in the work for the fashion portion of your Space Marine rather than the colors before the fashion pieces. You have to put in time, but you unlock an armor piece basically after every PvP mode you do. And I do believe it's the same in operations. There's always one piece of armor you unlock the following on the following game. And then for some reason I have 3 Space Marines here, but what I can do is, let's see if this works. So I'll pick a white scar, and then this actually don't know how do I do this part. How do I delete an armor set? Because I have 3 Space Marines. Oh, wait. Oh, okay. That's it. All I do is just... Okay, so this is the one issue. So it reset my colors. Actually, no, it's right there. Okay, this is the part that I'm still trying to deal with, is how to... Can I just delete a slot? But I think it just overrides. So let's see, basic. So I have a basic salamander. Oh, okay, so that's how it works. So the custom armor still saves. It's just for the armor, and then here you go and pick your color palette. So now I'm looking at a Black Templar. Okay, so yeah, that does work. And then I think all you got to do is pick your heraldry. Let's see, Black Templar. Here, no, it's not working. So I think here I actually have to make him a Black Templar. Something like that. Okay, so yeah, you'll have to just make him yourself, although he looks more like an Iron Hand than Black Templar. But you get the idea. You can always just unlock the base chapter itself if you just want to stay canonical, or like I said, you can play around with it. Like say, I want this Ultramarine to be yellow, so now he's a did I seriously forget the name of this chapter? Good lord. Yeah, Imperial Fist. I don't know why I'm thinking something. Ugh. Whatever, you get the idea. He's almost an Imperial Fist. I thought they were yellow. He looks more orange. I don't think I have orange, but even if you want a specific color here, let's say you like the look of an Iron Warrior. So you want Iron Warriors and you want this color for your armor piece. Okay, well, go to Heraldry. Let's see, what do I need to unlock? I just gotta unlock an emblem. This color here, actually no. You just unlock the emblem and this color choice, and it'll be available to you. Yep. And then it'll be available to you. So that's really how the customization works. But this is for the PvP section. You cannot customize your heretic Astartes. You can't customize their armor. You can change their colors, I believe. So here's a Night Lord, and for the heretics in PvP, they're actually each class depicts which chapter they are for heretics. So here's the heavy. Okay, so they're, what was this one? Let's see. I'm not too familiar with Chaos Space Marines. What was this? So once again, this is me figuring it out as I go, forgetting the different Chaos chapters since I'm not too versed with Chaos. But Chaos does have their own heraldry, so if you want to figure out which class is which, just go into the heraldry under the Heretic Astartes tab. Or actually, no, I think they share the same tab in heraldry. And then just go to the Heretics tab, and then you'll see all the different Heretic chapters that are available as classes. That'll help you actually understand and learn what each of them are. I know that I got some of these right. This one in particular, that's the Alpha Legion for the Vanguard. But yeah, that's if you need to brush up on your Astartes, just go to the heraldry and everything's there. All the information's there. I didn't know they were Death Guard. Okay, or not Death Guard. Nurgle. Oh, I didn't know. That's pretty neat. Although I think they would have been more suited to be an assault marine. But yeah, Plague Marine. Okay. The Vanguard. Khorne. Assault. We just saw Assault. That's Night Lords. Tactical. This is my Tactical Marine. To me, he looks cool. I'm close to unlocking some other stuff and kind of want to play around with it. I really want to get this just for the pauldrons. But, oh, what does he look like as a salamander? Oh, look at that. Let's pick salamander. Save it. And then as I unlock more, so if I get the pauldrons here, I'll pick this armor set. Go into the pauldrons, and then it'll be there available for me once I have it unlocked. And then this one, all you gotta do is just unlock Omega Marines in full to unlock this piece in particular. So yeah, he actually looks cool like a... This is Iron Hands, isn't it? What's... I gotta brush up on my Heretic, on my Chaos Marines. I'm not too familiar with them. That is an Iron Hand, right? Iron Warrior? Yeah. But that's the multiplayer portion of it. Now, if I go back and change over to operations, then I'll show you some of the different aspects of what makes it different from your PvP loadout. So operations. Tactical here, the available classes is the same thing as in PvP, but I'll just do tactical since I have more playtime with him. Okay, now you can see he looks different. So the loadout has changed. Now I'll go back to the armory and we'll see what's different. Okay, now here you can see I have master crafted items. So here is the heavy bolter, or the auto, what is it? Yeah, the heavy bolt rifle. So here you can actually see the stats change depending on which of these weapons I have, or that I would use. Here's the default, which you'd use in PvP, and you can see it loses a lot of firepower. Whereas here, the Mastercrafted stuff, it has more firepower, more accuracy, depending on which version I'll choose. And then if you're here, all I gotta do is put Mastery, and you can see Mastery, just get kills with it, basically, to unlock the next tier. And then up here, you get these little, I think they're called data slates, armory data, something like that. But the colors here indicate which relic you can use them on. So I have one green, which means I can use it for a mastercrafted weapon, and all I do is just unlock it, and it'll give me access to both of these. But once I have them unlocked, I actually have to buy them with the requisition, the same requisition points that are used for your armor. So it gets really, really tedious when it comes down to not getting enough requisition points per game, but that is kind of the nature of the grind. So now here's my PvP or PvE version of my Tactical Marine. You can see he's not as... Oh, wait. Oh, look at that. So it does carry over. Okay, that's neat. That's pretty cool, actually. It carries over. Okay, so do PvP if you just want to get the armor pieces going and make yourself look cooler. Yeah. Yeah, what I meant by saying do PvP to get the armor is because doing PvP games, they're faster than doing the PvE missions. But unless you start working on your stats, on your power creep, getting yourself stronger, then you and a couple friends can just go and do the very first operation, which actually is the easiest one. Just play that on the hardest difficulty, and you can easily speed run that operation, and you'll quickly unlock all the armor and quickly get the XP built up on your weapons to get the Mastercraft and get the Artificer and get the relics going. So it really all depends on what's more important to you. Do you just want to enjoy the PvP for a time, or do you want to do the PvE and start getting your stats increased? But the multiplayer, usually those games will go by quicker, which means you'll be able to get your armor pieces quicker. So it really is up to you. Your fashion, then yeah, just play the operations mode and don't worry about making yourself look cool. But if you want to, have some flair to your Space Marine, play multiplayer, get used to the weapons, get used to your class, and just start saving up those requisition points, and then start putting it into actually buying these weapons. So if I want to start playing the higher difficulty, I should probably invest in using the requisition points into buying better weapons and to make my Space Marine look good. I don't think I have a weapon that I can unlock yet. Or actually, maybe I do for the heavy. No, almost. But yeah, you can see. And then in the multiplayer, you unlock the skins as you play. And I think that's the easier part. But the skins will not carry over. So let's see. I have a lot of skins right now unlocked for Assault, but they don't carry over. So I have this right here I showed you earlier, Drogo's Reclamation. I can buy it in the multiplayer, but I can't use it in PvE because this is tied to stats. And it's Drogo's Reclamation, there you go. So 7+ on firepower from 4+ for the heavy bolt pistol. Now for the regular bolt pistol, which is what I'm using in multiplayer, Drogo's Reclamation goes from 2+ to 5+. So yeah, the skin is tied to stats. So that's how the multiplayer section and the PvE section, or the PvE section and the PvP section, that's how you see how they differ. And then obviously for the PvP section, I think both of these actually stay the same for your perk tree. And again, with the perks, again, you have to use your requisition points to unlock it. So you really got to pick and choose what you want. Do you want to be stronger or do you want to look cooler? It's really up to you. But if you want to be stronger and you want to play those higher difficulties and unlock your weapons faster, you know, getting up to the relics, then yeah, you might want to work on getting yourself stronger, play the higher difficulties. But for multiplayer, if you just want to look cool, just play multiplayer, just focus on unlocking armor pieces, and then by the time you're satisfied with what you have, go back to PvE and you might have requisition points to start unloading and making yourself look as strong as you are cool. So that's how the multiplayer works in Space Marine 2. If you guys made it to the end of this video, the very few, if any, who actually do, appreciate the time you put into just watching and hopefully learning a couple things, and maybe even wanting to pick up Space Marine 2 yourself. Game is a lot of fun. Multiplayer is a bit bare bones, but that's actually kind of a good thing in today's gaming. But hopefully you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on the next one.